Well, hi everyone, it's On Your Markus live at Gluttony. It's our very first show. I'm really pumped, I'm really excited. We are obviously on the Gluttony premises, which is down in Rymore Park. And of course, we are in the Hendrix Lounge. And how opulent it is, we'll show you a bit around a bit later on. But first of all, please, welcome to the Chesterfield sofa, the fabulous boys of the 64. Guys, how are you?
Hello. How are you, Markus?
Awesome, thank you. We've got Jack, we've got Lachlan, we've got Ben, and we've got Finn. Guys, now I've grabbed you by the jackets, grabbed you by the collarbones, right before you're about to do a show. So thank you for your time.
No worries.
Adelaide Fringe, I mean, you guys are like, you're pros at this now. What is it about Adelaide Fringe that keeps you coming back for more?
Well, Adelaide Fringe has always been really special to us because it was actually our first show that we put on 9 years ago this year, was in the Adelaide Fringe, and we were just kind of 4 high school boys that were just taking a risk, and I think that's what the Fringe is really good at, and Adelaide audiences are really good at too, taking a risk on shows, and it's where we were able to build our audience and build our show, and now, 9 years later, we're doing 9 nights at Gluttony, which is pretty cool.
Predominantly, the 64 obviously originated with a lot of the 60s music. Was it something that you grew up to, because of your parents or your grandparents or whatever?
Well, there's a little bit of a story there, Markus.
I love a good story.
Yeah, I had heard, a little bit of 60s. My grandpa played the Beach Boys, quite often in the car. But yes, during my childhood, I was not very into the 60s at the time. And I actually didn't know who the Beatles were.
Yeah, you had to be pulled aside, didn't you?
Yeah, we basically put on, I think we were learning Can't Buy Me Love, and Finn goes, oh, that was pretty good, who are these guys?
Because I had listened to a Michael Bublé version. I was like, this is a great Bublé song.
Love it.
No, it's by the Beatles.
Yeah, wow. Look at you learning and growing.
Yes.
Look at
Here
you
we
developing
are.
as a human being. And gosh damn it, we're still here. So obviously Adelaide Fringe this year, guys, you've got 2 shows going on. There is the 60s and 70s show that you've got, which is your iconic show. But only last year you introduced another show, which is called Living in the 70s. How does Living in the 70s differ to the 60s and 70s hits?
I think it's more of a compact sort of show. It was our first time in Gluttony last year, although we'd been performing in Adelaide Fringe for 9 years now. We'd never performed in one of these hubs like Gluttony or the Garden.
Yep.
So we were really keen to find something different to bring people in, because I don't think in our main show we'll never get rid of the 60s. That stuff, your Frankie Vallis, your Neil Diamonds, all those sing-along classics. You don't get so much of the 70s. You get more of that up and dancing groove stuff.
Well, my mum and dad would be really shitty if you didn't do those songs. Just calling it, all right? Like, my mum and dad were like, but we're not getting a ticket for that. So yeah, do it for my mum and dad if nothing else.
So we definitely wanted something, just a tight hour of energy, just a real punch in the face of energy and that amazing 70s sound. We thought that was a cool, something different, something we haven't done before, and that was our real goal with the Gluttony season, was to give everyone a tight hour, and then
Hour of power.
That's it. And if they like it, then
It's a religion.
and then come along to the 60s and 70s one after that, because
Do it all.
we all love singing along to a bit of
Oh, my
Sweet
goodness.
Caroline or Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, all that good stuff.
Now you guys, you just don't sing, you perform, there's choreography, there's cheeky banter, there's all that. You've got that entire package going on. And I've told you from the word go that I think you guys are Vegas worthy. Over the course of the last few years, you have been doing cruise ships. You've literally just got off a cruise ship. How you don't have a virus, I've got no idea. Because is it part of the regime, if you get off a cruise ship, you're meant to have some kind of sickness for the next month or so, aren't you? Or get arrested for something. How you guys are still here tonight, I've got no idea. It's a miracle.
We're all good.
But do you look at your career now to when you started and think, wow, how did all this happen? Because you guys are literally Australian iconic. You're South Australian idols. What do you think of it all?
Yeah, it's a pretty pinch ourselves moment, I think. Yeah.
We were literally talking about this today. It was just like, we just can't believe this is where we are. The fact that we can do this all the time and, see some great people and meet some amazing audiences. It's just awesome. Yeah.
I think the fact is we were just 4 high school guys who fell in love with the music and enjoyed singing with each other, and that's still what it is. And I think that's
And I don't think anything's changed in the sense of like, we put on a show. Oh, that went well. I guess we'll put on another one.
Yeah.
Oh, that went well. I guess we'll put on another one. And 10 years later, here we are.
still doing
It's
that.
really kind of been that attitude from days off.
Yeah.
So how long have you four been friends for?
Oh.
It varies from person to person. I think I have to lean over the couch a little bit. But,
Do it. Squeeze in.
We all did musical theatre together from a young age. So like I've known these two boys for about 12 years now.
Yeah.
Finnegan was a little child when along here.
Yes, I've known Finn since birth.
Yeah.
And I've known Ben for 15 years now. And you for 13 years, which is the most Adelaide thing ever.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
iconic.
I mean, our parents did theatre together, community theatre out in Mayfair in the Goodwood Institute together. So that's how Adelaide we are.
Mad.
Yeah,
Mad.
6 degrees.
Aside from my mum and dad, it's the longest relationship I've ever heard about. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What can I say? But you know what? I'll be releasing that in a book later on. My dating life, according to me. So obviously you've been doing the 60s, you're doing the 70s, are you doing another version of the 70s now? Is there any kind of area that you want, is there another decade that you might want to get into at some point? Because you know what, I'm an 80s icon, I am like 80s.
We definitely, we're always open to having a new sort of era, and we love, the 80s is amazing, for example, and the world's our oyster. So
Because you know Madonna, don't you? Like if someone said, "Let's don't start with me," oh my God.
I do know Madonna.
Oh, good. Because I think the ability with what you guys, let's forget about the 80s for the moment and anything else onwards. But I mean, the 60s and 70s has got so many iconic songs that your show is never going to get stayed or boring in any way, because there's so much you can chop and change, right?
And that's the thing, that's why we haven't gone to another decade, because there is just so much, and every show we do is a different show, so we can really change it up, and we're still finding songs. We're like, that's a great song, when's that? 74, God!
Yay!
I mean, every year we add we learn 2 to 3 more Beatles songs alone, and then on top of that, you've got all the other incredible artists. We did just start doing the 70s, which I think is cool that we held off for such a long time.
Yeah.
Because now it feels so it's like finally opening that door.
Yeah.
Which has been great. So I don't know if we'll make the skip to 80s yet. I think there's still so many gems from the 60s and 70s.
We're going to cover the 70s first.
Do it before I'm dead, all right? Please, for the love of God, do it before I'm dead. Time is ticking, kids.
Marcus, we will.
I'm practically your great uncle. Okay, so you've known each other 15 years. Like, who's the biggest dick? Let's call it. Like, who's the biggest wanker? Like, who's the biggest tantrums?
We've all got our moments, I think.
Everyone's going to look at me.
When you say tantrums, I should think back.
Yeah.
He's the big boss. He's got the spreadsheets in the end.
I was going to say,
I'm sorry.
diva is going to be going to be a word that's thrown
I
around.
put you
I
on
won't
the
say the
spot.
D word.
There was a time where Finn would be texting the morning of, do we have a show today?
Oh, no.
And so
Come on.
He's freewheeling and fun loving.
Yeah,
So
I'm the biggest idiot.
Okay. All right.
That's what that
You've
means.
all got a role to play.
Yes, we
All right.
do.
We've sussed you guys out. We need to still work out your roles. We'll get there.
I guess the easy one for me would be permanently late, only
Permanently late.
5 minutes,
Okay.
and generally only for inconsequential things.
Okay.
Like I'm not late for the important stuff,
Yeah.
but I'll just be 5 minutes late for everything else.
Well, you turned up to this okay. It was good.
Yeah.
I did get caught in
He
the
was
conversation
late.
out front. I did walk in after these 3.
What's Jack?
Jack, come on. What's your role?
I'm just happy to be here.
You are just
Mr.
Mr.
Yes Man.
Easygoing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be there.
sure.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, so now let me just check you guys, because you guys have got a lot going on, and I don't want to make you late for your show, because it's essentially I think you're meant to be doing sound check in about 1 minute. So
minutes,
whoops.
I think.
Great.
Living in the 70s runs from Friday the 21st of February to Sunday the 2nd of March, everyone, at the Peacock, right here in Gluttony. But first of all, before you go and check out these guys, come and get a gin or something crazy at the Hendrix Lounge, because it's an amazing venue. And then you guys have got the hits of the 60s and 70s from the Saturday the 8th of March to Sunday the 16th of March. But that is at 2 venues. One is at Shedley Theatre and then also Woodville Town Hall. I've done my research.
You have.
I know
Done
you guys.
well.
I'm essentially your stalker. Your uncle? Did you call me Uncle Marcus? There's going to be trouble after the show. I can make them late for sound check. Guys, have an amazing 2025 Adelaide Fringe. You know what? I'm glad that you wore the velvet of the curtains, but in a contrasting colour. Everything is good. Wish you all the best, and I cannot even wait to come and see the shows. All right.
Thanks, Markus.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you back very soon for more. Everyone, it's Markus for On Your Markus live at Gluttony. We have got way much more Adelaide Fringe to get through tonight. We are running every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock with artist after artist after artist of incredible quality and talent. Please welcome to my Chesterfield surfer right now, the darling Hannah Maxwell.
Hello.
Hannah, how
Hi,
are
Mum.
you?
She's asleep. They're all asleep.
Oh,
Everyone knows.
are they? Well, because where are you from?
I'm from London.
And if you came over to Adelaide, literally for the Adelaide Fringe?
Literally for the Adelaide Fringe.
Holy
I mean, we are
moly.
taking a cheeky road trip up to Melbourne because I have some days off. Other than that, I'm here.
Well, you know what? They've always said Adelaide is a place for work, not relaxation.
Well, I wasn't.
Because we've got a lot going on.
You've got a lot going on.
There's a
here.
lot going on. And the weather's amazing, right?
It is quite glorious. I've successfully managed to change the colour of my shins today, and I've never been so excited. It takes a lot.
Now, so this is your first time in Adelaide?
Funnily enough, no, I did actually do 2 weeks in 2020 with
Okay.
one of my shows as the pandemic was hitting.
That
So
was
it
the crazy period.
It was mad. It was
The world was
bacchanalian.
shutting down.
Yes, mad. Difficult to get a flight out. But I'm back now with 2 shows.
2 shows. Now, I know one of the shows is called Nan, Me, and Barbara Pravi.
It's a cumbersome title.
It is a cumbersome
Yeah,
title.
you've got to fight through it.
It's a tongue twister, that one.
Yeah.
And that one is running from the 21st of February to the 19th of March at the Stables, Adelaide College of the Arts.
Yeah.
First of all, before we go on to the second show, what's that show about?
Right, so it's autobiographical solo storytelling. So it's me on stage for 70 minutes faffing about. And it's a true story about a year I spent living with my nan as her carer after my granddad died.
Oh, wow, okay.
This was, sort of still lockdown-y, but a little bit post-pandemic. And during that time, I was out in the suburbs, in the sticks, and I went a little bit mad. And we watched Eurovision. I know Australia competes in that. And in Eurovision that year, a woman called Barbara Pravi came second, competing for France. And I watched her perform, and my life changed forever. I sort of fell down this weird mental spiral, becoming completely infatuated with her, like a celebrity crush, but a few notches up, where I started to teach myself French and book tickets to no less than 4 legs of a European tour, with the vague strategy of getting this random foreign celebrity to go out with me. So the show follows that sort of spiral downwards, and then takes a turn into darker themes about addiction and mental health and stuff. And then ends with a nice big banger of a song, so everyone leaves in a nicer mood than when they entered, hopefully.
I like that. You know what? If you're going to do a show, give people a story, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Otherwise, what's the point of it?
No, absolutely.
So, are you a singer as well?
I am.
Well, let's go with that.
secretly a singer, yes. Yeah, I sort of keep that hidden by the audience, and then I sort of wow them at the end with, by the way, I can sing. And everyone's like,
So the song that you sing at the end, you don't have to give away the spoilers because we don't, go and buy your tickets to come and check it out. But the song that you sing at the end, is it a self-written song or is it a cover song? Give me a bit of a spiel.
It might be a bit of a spoiler, but the show is about this one moment of something being sung at Eurovision, and sort of dramaturgically, it could only end with me attempting to sing it in French, which I still don't speak.
Can I tell you how old I am?
I would love it if you did.
I remember Eurovision when ABBA were on it.
No,
Don't start. Hannah, don't even go there. I was telling you in confidence. Jeff, did you stop recording? Are we off?
We'll cut
Oops,
that.
days.
We'll cut that.
Cut that.
You're gonna tell
No,
me
sorry. What I meant to say was I remember seeing Eurovision when Conchita was on it. That's what I meant to say.
I remember that one, because that was the weekend I was supposed to be finishing my university dissertation, and I didn't. I just watched Eurovision with my friends and got drunk.
Holy moly.
Finished it the next day. It was fine.
Hannah, you are delightful. So, what is it about Adelaide that you love? Well, so, obviously, you said you've been here before in 2020. When you found out that you were going to come back to Adelaide, what was something that you were really looking forward to seeing, doing again? A bar, a restaurant, a beach, whatever.
Yes, I mean, I didn't have enough money to afford an Airbnb in the central business district. So we're like, well, if we have to live out the city, let's live just off Henley. So we've been hanging out on the beach there, which has been glorious. But I've done a lot of performing at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So it's got that buzz of like a full city getting involved in something. but it's warm, and you don't understand. I want to say something more interesting than the temperature, but it is 2 degrees and freezing rain in London at the moment, and you don't know what this means to me to be here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just hanging out in the gardens, like, I mean, the artist bars and stuff. I got some friends who are also doing shows out here. We're being presented by Joanne Hartstone, so she's got
Yeah,
one.
Joanne is amazing.
We love Joanne.
I had her on my 5AA show just the other week.
Oh, nice.
And because she's got, I mean, don't quote me, but I think she's got about 313 shows that she's producing.
She absolutely
it's a lot.
does.
It's
So
a lot.
The fact that she has any time to answer my phone calls is just wonderful. But yeah, check out her lineup because it's all amazing.
In all honesty, she's got 14 shows that she's producing this Fringe, and which is just insane. And she's still a level-headed, nice human being. I don't know, because I wouldn't be.
No, she is. She even let us. We were spray painting my set in her driveway for the first week we were here, trying not to get it everywhere. But she, was very kind and helpful with all of that.
Oh, nice. Obviously, we are in the Hendrix Lounge in Gluttony. What do you think of this space? Isn't it great? Because it's the
lovely.
first year it's been here.
Really?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
bit luxe,
I love
right?
the Chesterfield sofa. I'm sort
Yeah.
of sliding around in my polyester
I know.
suit.
I haven't actually told Daniel Michaels of Gluttony just yet, but I am considering setting up my little trundle bed and sleeping here for 4 weeks.
I think that would be a
Rent
good
free,
shout.
of course. I mean, I'm not paying for it.
No.
But the space is amazing. It's gorgeous.
It's really lovely.
I mean, everyone can't see everything around us, and we'll give them a bit of a tour after, but there's chandeliers, there's peacocks. Is that a peacock or an emu?
A bit of both.
It's
Maybe.
a
Ostrich. That's
it's
definitely
an ostrich. It's the love child of all the kinds of birds. There's lots going on. It's an amazing space. But Adelaide Fringe, what does it mean to you? Like, how is it different to the Edinburgh, apart from the weather? Obviously, Edinburgh is the biggest Fringe festival in the world. Adelaide Fringe is the second biggest. How does it compare? What's the difference?
I think perhaps Adelaide's a little less brutal in some ways because you're in competition with fewer shows. And there's, particularly with the artists who come over from the UK and from Europe, there's a bit of a sense of camaraderie there. Whereas in Edinburgh, you can really feel like you're quite pitted against every man and his dog.
Yeah.
And flying in the rain and stuff. But yeah, and Adelaide has you can really sort of know people. I sort of was at a bar last night and with Heather Kroll was sort of sat behind,
we love
behind me. I
Heather.
was like, oh, hello. But yeah, you never get accidentally sat behind one of the festival directors of Edinburgh.
No.
Don't know who they are.
Well, you know what? I mean, if we're not Facebook friends at the end of this interview, then we haven't met the challenge, have
No,
we?
indeed. Or, you know,
Exactly.
if you want to connect on Tinder or something, we can do that.
You know, well, Tinder, Grindr, call it what you will.
It's all yours.
Hey, now, so that's the first show down, which is called Nan,
You get it.
Me and Barbara Previ. What is the second show?
Second one, we're just doing a limited run of 3 nights of my first show, which is called I Am Dram, which is all about community theatre. I know the guys before were talking about that. So my family in their little small town, they have been like the mafia of amateur musical theatre since 1929, going back to my great-grandparents. And I'm the first little queer baby to leave the town and stop being in the shows. So it's about how your relationship to where you're from changes after you've left, but told through a lot of musical theatre references and interviews with my mum and things like that. But yeah, it's a warm cup of tea of a show, that one.
I love a good warm cup of tea.
Even in this weather.
It reminds me of my grandparents, to be honest. Tell me, what are the dates and where is it playing?
So it's also at the Adelaide College of the Arts in
Yep.
the Stables, and I Am Dram is on the 8th and the 14th and 15th, I think.
Fabulous.
I'm doing both shows in one day on 2 occasions, which is going to
You're going to be
insane.
a tired human being.
I am. Be broken.
You're going to go back to, well, you know what? I mean, thank goodness you're going to be tired because you're going to be able to sleep all the way at home because that is a long flight,
Oh, it's
right?
so long.
It's
so
a killer.
long. My TV didn't work on the way here.
Oh, no.
I had to read a book.
Hannah, wow, how old school of you.
It was intense.
How old world. Hannah Maxwell, what an absolute delight. Like I said, everyone, there is Nan, Me and Barbara Previ, and the other one was called?
I Am Dram.
I Am Dram, and darling, if anyone's Dram, I am. But please get on board, adelaidefringe.com.au. Hannah, what an absolute delight, and I wish you the most amazing, successful 2025 Adelaide Fringe. Can you please come back again next year?
I'd absolutely love to if you'll
Right.
have me.
Locked in.
Thank you,
Done.
Markus.
Thank you, my dear. We'll be back for one more Everyone, we are back. We're in the Hennessy Lounge for Adelaide Fringe. We are in the Gluttony Hub, which of course is in Rymel Park, sitting on the Chesterfield sofa with me now. This beautiful leather Chesterfield sofa with velvet cushions is the incredible Adelaide-born, Adelaide-raised Rachel Vidoni. Rachel.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Can you just stand up? Because I need everyone to see this outfit. If
Okay,
nothing
we
says
gotta
share,
see that.
turn back time, nothing ever does.
She copied my look.
She bitch stole my look.
I saw it and I sent it to my mum and I said this was 100% the vibe I was going for when we designed this costume 6 months ago.
Your mum is fabulous because I actually met your mum because
Yeah,
you came on the
that's
5AA
right,
show
she
just the
was
other
there.
weekend and your mum came along.
Yes.
Your mum's amazing.
Yeah, she's
well, I
alright.
thought I liked you, but I love your mum.
She's always back at house doing something.
She's awesome.
She's always running around making sure whipping
she's
me into
fabulous.
shape, making sure I'm getting on
She's
stage
incredible.
on time.
Now, you have been performing for quite a while. Your voice is absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to talk about your work very soon.
Yes.
Some of the stuff that you're doing for the Adelaide Fringe, but also some of the other stuff you've done. But what made you get into arts and entertainment originally? What made you fall in love with
Made me
singing?
fall in love with singing. I mean, I started off as a little dancer, so like the little girl who wanted to be a ballerina. So I saw a tutu in a window, and I said to Mum, "That's what I want for Christmas."
Oh my
And
God, snap! Wow!
So then obviously with that comes then dance lessons. So then I started going to a dance school where you learn ballet and tap and jazz, and then what comes with that is the song and dance routines.
Yep.
And I was a really good tapper because I got size 9 feet. For a 5-foot girl, size 9 feet, I've got some good flappers. And so yeah, I started doing song and tap routines, and my dance teacher called my mum into one of my lessons and said, "You got to listen to this little chicken sing." And from then it was just like taking singing lessons. Then you start playing the piano, then the guitar, and then that part of my life kind of took over. And yeah, I've been doing music basically ever since I was about 6 years old. So yeah.
And I have seen you sing. I haven't seen you dance, but I have seen you sing. I've definitely seen you play the piano, and I've definitely seen you play the guitar.
Yes.
I mean, your talent is unbelievable.
Oh, you're so generous.
Until I see you dancing on the grand piano, I'm not going to absolutely have all my bucket list things
Oh,
ticked off.
see, that
right?
was last
and
year's
there's
show. You
there's a
missed
piano
it.
right there.
There is. Maybe
All right.
we can do it after when the
Okay,
cameras are
maybe.
off.
Yeah. That's a whole nother segment. We'll watch that on another website, everyone.
Yes.
But yeah, so entertainment for you is like everything. It's your life, right?
Yes, absolutely. I live and breathe that. Yeah, it kind of consumes you a little bit. And I talk about it in my show, in my Elvis show, Heartbreak Hotel, where there's a part of you where you kind of, the line gets blurred of who is Rachel Vidoni at home, everyday life, and who is Rachel Vidoni as a performer on stage. And sometimes you have that identity crisis or that imposter syndrome of figuring out who you really are, but it just comes down to the fact that I just love performing and I love connecting with people, and that's like a real big part of it for me. It's that human interaction. It's not something that, no offense, you can get through a camera, but like this here, having a conversation face to face,
Yep.
there's something powerful about it. I love it.
So who are you more? Who do you enjoy more? Is it the Rachel that can be at home, silent, watching Netflix, or playing in the garden, or is it the Rachel that is on stage? Who do you like to be more so?
I love every facet of Rachel, and it's taken me a long time to like be open and actually say that,
Yep.
because as performers we kind of nitpick everything that we do, and we're always criticizing ourselves, or we're always looking for validation from everyone. And so yeah, it's taken me all of 33 years to kind of come to the conclusion that, one, you're not going to please everyone.
Yep.
You can't make everyone happy. Not everyone's going to love you. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So as long as you're comfortable with who you are in all facets of life, I think that's kind of the key for me. And yeah.
That's a really good point, actually. Like, so for the benefit of the younger artists, people that haven't had quite the experience that you've had,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to the younger artists, the more inexperienced artists that may get a bad review? What can you say?
Look, sometimes it can get you down, and you look at yourself and you punish yourself and you say, I'm not good enough and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I think it's the drive within yourself, within your soul. You got to listen to your gut, and you can take that criticism and you can either let it break you or you can let it make you. And I've always just gone on, and it's given you the tough skin, and you kind of find your own niche, find your own path in the industry that like connects with you and fits with you, and you say, you know what, I understand that's your opinion of what you think of my performance or the songs that I choose or the costumes that I wear, but I'm comfortable doing this and this makes me happy, and that's what we got to look at. If it makes you happy, just that's it. If you're not hurting anyone and it makes you happy, it's a win-win.
I agree. Be
Yeah.
kind and
Yeah,
do what you
that's
love,
it.
right?
Exactly.
So is arts and entertainment your main industry? Is it your
is.
career?
Yeah. I
Good.
actually started off outside of school. Despite the encouragement and telling me that I should go to university, I couldn't wait to stop being in school.
Yeah.
I went out and I got a job as a graphic designer, and I
Wow.
was so I've been
Yep.
in that creative industry world, whether it's being on stage or on a computer or behind a screen or doing printing or whatnot.
Yep.
I've always had that creative part of my life that's always been awakened. So yeah, that's what I did for a good 10 years, and I've traveled a lot with my music. And you know, that's hard as well, going from having a corporate job in a sense that's, you know, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, very steady paycheck, to bugger it, I'm gonna go travel, I'm gonna go tour, I'm gonna wait for the phone to call. And you know, I've got to thank Adelaide Fringe for, you know, giving me that platform to be seen and noticed by people who may not have ever seen me.
Yep.
You know, I managed to, you know, be seen by like the DJ Tom Lowndes from Hot Dub Time Machine, and I've done national tours with him. I've gone to Bali with him. You know, that's been a massive thing for my career. And then, you know, Hans of all people saw me singing at my first Beatles show, and then I became one of his quote unquote lucky bitches.
Yeah.
So I did his whole regional tour with him a couple of years ago. So and that all came from Adelaide Fringe. The cruise ships that I've been doing, all the traveling that I've been doing came from scouts coming and seeing my shows at Adelaide Fringe. So
And you were saying that to us on 5AA just the
Yes.
other weekends, but there's so many artists that actually attribute Adelaide Fringe to
Yeah.
their incredible careers.
Yeah.
You know, the 64 who were on just a little bit
Yeah.
before got picked up through Adelaide Fringe
Exactly.
to do their cruises
Yeah.
as well. So Adelaide Fringe is just such a great stepping stone for so many
It is
artists
great.
because it is such world acclaimed, not unlike the Adelaide Cabaret Festival
no,
as well.
I think yeah, it's good to bring people to what people consider a small town in, you know, in Australia. Everyone kind of misses us on the map normally, so it's good to kind of put us under a magnifying glass almost.
Yep.
And say, boom, this is what we've got, because to be fair, most of the biggest icons of Australia have come from Adelaide. So,
Speaking of putting under a magnifying glass, I remember when I was a child, I used to go out onto the driveway when it was a hot sunny day with a magnifying glass and burn ants. You don't quite mean on that level,
I
though, do
mean,
you?
look, sometimes the industry can feel like that, and it is hard work. I don't want to make it sound like it's really easy. You just get up on stage and all of a sudden the phone starts ringing.
Yeah.
It is a lot of hard work, but you have to be dedicated, you have to be committed. You also have to find the right people to work with,
Yep.
the right people that you can trust, that are going to support you and kind of share your vision rather than just ride along
Yep.
for the ride or for the paycheck kind of
Yep.
thing. Because there are days where you don't get paid, and there's a lot of work that goes into these, you know, beautiful Fringe seasons, and you're relying on ticket sales to be able to pay for your car.
so true.
So it's a lot of pressure as well, and that's why I work the rest, you know, the other 11 months of the year to be able to pay for all my cast and friends.
Because
And
people don't see the hard work that goes into it. People just think, oh, you know, it's an easy route. You know,
Yeah.
she's up on stage and
yeah,
she's, you know, making the money.
They see the boots and
Yep.
they think I'm living the dream.
Living the dream.
And I
because-
look, I am living the dream, because I get
Of course
to
you are.
perform, and I get to share my love for performing with everyone every
Yep.
night.
Yep.
You know, for the whole month of Fringe, which is great. But yeah, you know,
It's still hard work.
I'm still an artist.
I'm still like, yeah, these are not real diamonds,
no,
everyone.
they're not. They're all
rhinestones.
plastic, and
yeah.
if you look carefully, I've kicked half of them off.
Costume jewellery, everyone.
That's it.
Hey, okay, so we've spoken about your upbringing and
Yes.
you know how we've got to this point now. Now, you are going to be a very, very exhausted lady at the end of these 4 weeks.
already am.
You know what? You don't have one show, you don't have two shows, you don't have three shows. You've got four
I have
shows.
4
This.
shows,
Well,
yes.
who are you? Like, are you kidding yourself? What are
I
you
think
doing?
I am. I
oh
think
my
I
God.
am. I think I've bitten off way more than I can
Let's
chew.
break them down.
break it
Let's
down.
start off with Heartbreak Hotel, because
Yes.
you've already touched on that
Yes.
one already. That one runs from the 21st of February, which was just last
Yep.
Friday, until the 2nd of March at the Kingfisher, right here in Gluttony, everyone, Rymewell Park. Heartbreak Hotel. Obviously, it's a nod to Elvis Presley. I'm a massive Elvis fan. My mum brought me up on Elvis.
Love it.
What's the show about? Tell us.
So yeah, kind of what we've been talking about, how I've been trying to navigate my life around being a performer, the highs and lows of all of that, the highs and lows of being a traveling performer as well, with maintaining relationships, whether it's romantic or with your family. Yeah, just it kind of touches on what we've been talking about, so that's why it's been so fluid, because it's right there, it's like in the forefront of my mind at the moment, and then it's kind of like, yeah, just wrapped up all with beautiful Elvis songs.
Favourite Elvis song, tell me.
Oh, Suspicious Minds at the moment.
Look at you, I love putting you on the spot
You
there,
are putting
darling.
me on the spot. I do love his voice. He's incredible.
Oh my God.
And yeah, he's got some amazing tracks. If I Can Dream is another beautiful one.
Wow.
Yeah, no. it
American
depends.
Trilogy.
Oh, don't.
Wow.
I wish I could do that, but
Come
I'm a
on.
one-woman show.
Incredible.
And I need all the gospel
Darling,
choirs.
I'm your
behind
choir.
me.
I'm all the choir
Yeah,
you
come
need,
on
baby.
down. Yeah. Love it.
Okay, moving on from that, we've got Come Together 2,
Yes.
which is obviously the Beatles show,
Beatles, yes.
because you have done that one before.
Yes, yes.
This is take 2.
Yes.
And that is running from the 18th of March
Yeah.
to the 23rd of March
Yeah.
at the Mayworth, again, right here in Gluttony,
Gluttony.
Rymore Park. So make sure you come to the Hennessy Lounge and get your drinks first, and then go and see Rachel's show. Tell us about Come Together 2. How is that different to last year's?
Yeah, so we've got a whole new list of songs. I mean, I kind of touched on it in my first 2 seasons, I guess, with the original show, that there's so many songs that the Beatles did that are just absolutely iconic classics that there's no way I could possibly fit them all in a 60-minute time slot. So these are all the songs that I had to push aside last time, and the ones that, you know, at the end of the show they're like, oh, you didn't do this song, or why didn't you do that song? And it's like, okay, taking a mental note, I've written it down, and we're doing it this year, so it's going to be great.
She's back for
Yeah,
round 2. Come
that's
Together
it.
2. But that's not even all,
No.
because then there's Masioki, which is a crowd favourite, everyone.
Yes.
In fact, if you get onto On Your Markus website, onyourmarkus.com.au, as of, I think, probably tomorrow, we've got a stack of double passes to give away for that,
Yes.
so get on board. I'll tell you about that in a short moment. But Masioki runs from the 14th of February, which was the sneak peek weekends,
Yes.
right until the 23rd of March, which is the end of March. So that's an incredible 5 weeks.
Yes.
You're gonna be tired. Get your rest, honey.
I'm trying.
At the box at the Garden of Unearthly Delights, which is just a hop, skip, and jump
It
across
is.
the road there. Make sure you use a pedestrian crossing, because we don't want accidents.
Safety first.
And Masioki, I mean, obviously that's a great big bang, and it's called the Greatest Hits
Yes,
show, this one.
yes.
So what's Masioki about this year?
Yeah, so Masioki, for those who don't know, is the original live band karaoke show. So it was brought over by a beautiful band from the UK many years ago, and they have many sold out seasons as well. So it's the late night party of Fringe. It's the Friday and Saturday nights, and it's just when you get all your friends together and you live out your rock star dreams
Wow.
by singing with a live band in a room with 500 people. We've got the giant lyric screens. We're all dressed up in sequins and spandex, so we're all making fools of ourselves. So there's that shared love in the room where it's like, it's all right, I'll do the daggy dancing and you do the off-pitch singing, and it just works
I love it.
marvelously.
Why were you looking at me when you said off-pitch singing?
I wasn't.
Rachel?
I was just.
There's
I
going
was
to be
just having
trouble,
a
darling.
conversation. There's no one else
Just when I
here.
thought we were getting along.
Who
We'll
else?
talk about this
I'll
after.
talk to you now. Fine.
Now, okay, I'm just going to call it out. But if there's no Wham! Wake Me Up Before You Go Go, or Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer,
Okay.
I'm leaving.
We're covered. You're
All right.
covered.
Okay, good.
There's at least one of those in there.
I like it. I like it. But everyone, that is not all.
Nope.
Because there's also That 90s Show
Yes.
Unplugged with the gorgeous Adelaidean himself as well, Ben Whittington, and
He's
an
all right.
iconic. Oh, he's all right, you know, give or take. We love Ben, don't we? I mean, he's pretty much a regular on the 5AA show as well.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, Ben, Rachel, come on in.
We've got nothing to do.
Come on, come on, guys! You've got a gig.
It's
Come on.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the Adelaide band
Yes.
that is in Unplugged as well
Yeah.
is also just like the best musicians we could possibly find in Adelaide. Incredible. I love this group.
Yeah, very lucky.
And I saw this just recently at the Gov. I think it was a good 3-4 months ago
Yes.
now. But you're going to be at the Fantail again right here in
Yes.
Gluttony, which Fantail, for those of you that don't know, is that big open air venue where also 27 Club is playing as well.
Yes.
We're going to have someone from 27 Club over the course of the next couple of weeks as well, so stay tuned. But yeah, the Fantail, an amazing venue.
Yes.
As long as it's not too hot and
No.
as long as it's not too
Oh, look,
rainy,
it's
it's
like
perfect.
It's like an 8 o'clock-ish session, so it's like the perfect time of the
Fine.
night. The sun's gone down, you've had a cheeky few wines or a couple of gins, one night only, so it's going to be a huge night. And yeah, the set list that Ben's put together is gorgeous.
Ben's amazing. He's such a beautiful hearted soul. Now that is Sunday the 16th
Yes.
of March, that one, everyone. So
Yeah.
get onto that. In fact, if you are really lucky, I've got this running on the competition page at the moment on Your Markus, so you can definitely get along. We have actually had over 200 entries for this one. So, and there's only one double pass to give away. So good luck.
Oh, we might have to
but you
chat
know
to
what?
Ben for more. Come
I
on.
know, but you know what? If you really want to see it, go out and buy it. It's
Buy
not
tickets,
that
support
expensive.
local musicians.
Adelaide Fringe is not
local
expensive
art.
tickets,
No,
are they?
no.
You know, we can
In
do it.
retrospect, not at all.
No,
They
get
spent
out.
thousands on Taylor Swift and Billie
I
Eilish.
know, exactly. Rachel, going out, tell us, why do you love Adelaide Fringe? What keeps you coming back for more?
I'm a glutton for punishment. No.
I see what you did there. There was a bit of pun. Gluttony, glutton.
No, look, it's the atmosphere. There's nowhere else in the world that, I mean, I've been to Edinburgh Fringe, and as much as it's the same and it's the arts and everyone's, you know, it's like this hub, there's just this epic vibe because it's summer and it's hot and everyone comes out, and they just do a great job. And the artists, the local artists particularly, that like really step up and say, this is what Adelaide's got to show.
Yep.
And it's good because it obviously brings in those international eyes and those big names and, you know, important people that wouldn't necessarily see us. So I'm all about the opportunity. I'm all about showcasing Adelaide local talent and producers. So that's what I love most about the Fringe.
Rachel, Vidoni, everyone. Like we said, there is Heartbreak Hotel, Come Together Too, Masioki, and That 90s Show Unplugged.
Beautiful.
You can find the tickets all on adelaidefringe.com.au. Rachel, I know that you need to go off and do a sound check because you've got a show tonight, which is Heartbreak Hotel. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Is this a bit of Elvis inspired or Cher? That's the love child of Elvis and Cher, I think.
Well, yeah, I think so. I wanted to go for the 68 comeback special look with the double leather, but I knew it was going to be 40 degrees, so I was like,
Yep.
I can't do the leather pants as
I hear
well.
you. But we got the same memo, which
That's
is
right,
great.
we did.
You know, I like it. Rachel,
Great
I wish you
minds.
all the best.
Thank you so much,
2025
Markus.
Adelaide Fringe.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
We'll be back with more very, very soon. Well, everyone, that is tonight. Wow, what an amazing group of performers we just had. And we had the 64, we had Hannah Maxwell, of course, we had Rachel Vidoni just then. So many incredible shows. You wait until tomorrow. We've got another bundle of artists that you're going to absolutely die for. Make sure you follow On Your Markus on Facebook because we're going to be revealing all these artists probably about lunchtime-ish tomorrow. You're going to love who we've got on the sofa next to me tomorrow night. Don't forget, check out the onyourmarkus.com.au website because we've got the win page. Make sure you get onto the win page because pretty much all these shows that we're showing tonight, tomorrow night and the next night, etc., we've got competition double passes to give away. So get onto that, guys. You're going to love it all. So we are here in the Hennessy Lounge Bar in Gluttony in Rymewell Park every Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night for the entire duration of Adelaide Fringe. I've been Markus. I am for On Your Markus, and we've had fun tonight, and we'll see you again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock right here live on Facebook. Thanks everyone. Be kind, be safe, and be joyful. Bye.